Coming to you direct from Silencer Shop Studios, home of the Glass Case of Emotion.
SilencerShop.com, the easiest way to buy silencers online, period.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Yes, indeedy do. And I'm gonna. You know what I've got in my paw right now, Jared?
I'm gonna guess a coffee.
Yeah, I've got the Workhorse coffee from the Oxbox guys, and this is the ×2 caffeine one.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my wife fed me turkey.
Yum.
I got the tryptophan thing going on. Yep. So we had the first holiday turkey of the season this weekend. It was crazy. We were in, where were we? Rollins? Yeah, we were in Rollins. And apparently it's like, but it was like between Thanksgiving and Christmas where people weren't buying turkeys or something. And they had the name brand turkeys for 38 cents a pound or something insane like that. And we're like, what? We got Zach, what was it, 21 pound?
I thought it was like 27.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It was like $7 and change. So you do the math. Maybe $8. So it was like around a 20-pound turkey. But got a 20-pound turkey for around $8. So you can't buy that. It just doesn't happen. We bought 2 of them. Your mom said we should have cleaned out the case. There was only about a dozen, maybe 15 left in the case when we got to them. But yeah, that's a lot of meat. What did John Panette say? My sister bought a 10-pound turkey for Thanksgiving. I didn't even know they made them that small.
This one must have gotten hit by a car.
It was like the Cornish game hen of turkeys. I could have put it on my chest and eaten it like an otter. I said, I hope you have 9 more of those out in the car.
Rest in peace.
Oh, John Panette, we miss you. But anyway, I know there's like 3 spastic people out there like, get to the point. If you want me to, that's not how it works. So take a deep breath, have some patience. It is Thursday. It's the last public broadcast of the week. And sweet Buddha. Is it 2 weeks before Christmas?
Yeah.
It is.
Well, it's a little bit before that. I mean, after that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, today's the 14th, so we've literally got 10 days. Well, 11, but.
Yeah, 10, 11 days until Christmas. Oh, wow. Okay.
And don't forget what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is the release of the new Star Wars movie.
Oh, yeah, Friday.
It's
coming Friday.
You're going to be going seeing that?
I hope it doesn't suck as much as number 7 did. I know. I can hope. One can only hope. We'll see.
Okay, for a second I was thinking, like, was it number 7? But
yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, because you know the timeline's
yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, it's 4, 5. No, it's 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7.
Yeah, and then 7. Okay, but whatever. Rogue One, all-time favorite. Other than the original 3, Rogue One, that's the best one so far. Rogue One was better than episode 7, and it was better than 1 through 3. Don't even argue with me about it, because you know I'm right.
I would argue that it was better than 6.
Everything's better than the Ewok thing.
Yeah, if you take that movie and cut out the Ewoks, granted it's about 25 minutes long, or not Ewoks, but Tatooine, or not Tatooine. Where do they live?
What are you talking about?
What's the Ewok planet called?
I don't know.
Ewokopolis.
Idiotville or whatever.
If you cut out all of Ewokopolis, that movie becomes a lot better.
It's Endor. Was it a moon of Endor or something like that?
True?
I don't know.
It's
not where the Wookiees live. But stop it. All right. Listen. If you're listening to me right now, you have one day. That's today. That's it. If you're listening to me right now and it's the 14th, you either go to Student of the Gun Giveaway, SOTG giveaway.com. They call me Giveaway Bob. I'm just giving it away. And sign up to win the Defend R AR-15 bump stock, or you don't. That's it. Okay? So, go. All right. Well, Thursday.
I'm going.
You're going? Okay.
Now, right
Zach's going right now to sign up. You're not eligible. You're ineligible.
Says you. Literally.
Literally.
Little did we know Zach's the one with over 1,000 entries.
Yeah.
I probably could get 1,000 entries if I really wanted.
He went and shared it in all our groups. He's like,
That's
hey, guys, sign up using this link.
It's fun. Is it fun? Is it fun there where you live?
It's fun.
Okay. All right. Well, it is Thursday, and it's time for our Student of the Gun Homeroom, brought to you by our good friends at Crossbreed Holsters. All right, that's Dangerous from Madison Rising. We're talking about, well, when we do Student of the Gun homerooms and we talk about Crossbreed Holsters, what do they help you to be?
Dangerous on demand.
Thank you very much, Zachary. They help you to be dangerous on demand. That's the whole point of carrying a gun. So you can be dangerous on demand. We've got a go team moment for you. This is somebody who had their gun when they needed to have it. This is somebody who didn't talk themselves out of carrying their gun, because how many, be honest, this is gut check time. How many of you don't carry your gun because you think, I'm not going to need it? You reason with yourself. You're getting ready to leave the house and you're all dressed up in whatever you're wearing. And you look over and you're like, we're just going to blankety blank. I'm just taking the kids to the McDonald's Playland. I'm not going to need a gun.
Well,
I won't need it.
Referencing this story specifically, every single Popeye's chicken I've been to, I felt like I needed a gun. So I don't think somebody would have been like, oh, I'm just going to go to Popeye's. I don't think I need to take my gun with me.
All right, the story from the menstruatingnewsnetworks.com, msn.com. That's just because it was the first one to pop up in my search engine. A man is dead Wednesday night after attempting to rob another man and his family at a San Antonio restaurant, police said. San Antonio Police Department Captain Michael Starnes said a father was eating with his family when a man approached him about 8:30 p.m. in a restaurant at the 800 block of Southeast Military Drive. And if I can get the Menstruating News Network's story to continue. Okay.
It's a Popeye's in the DMZ. So
DMZ.
Yeah.
Okay. He was threatened by the robber who was displaying a gun, Starnes said. SAPD Sergeant Roy Miller said the armed man asked the father for money. The father said he wasn't going to give him anything and turned to get an employee's attention, Miller said. Starnes said at some point the man threatened the employees who ran out of the back of the restaurant. The father, who was waiting for his two children to leave the bathroom, thank the Lord they were in there, told police the armed man turned the gun on his family. Father pulled out his own gun and shot the armed man, police said. The citizen is a licensed carrier and did use his handgun to take down the robber, Starnes, that's a policeman, Starnes said. The man, aged between ages 25 and 30, died at the scene. All right. Starnes says the father will not be facing any charges. And a quote from the police officer said, check this out. He really saved the day and protected a lot of people. Wow. Contrast that statement to what we're about to talk about. So
that was a double go team.
Yeah, that was a double go team. We've got an armed citizen doing God's work, protecting the innocent against a vile, disgusting scumbag. And I'm telling you what, this guy who pointed this gun at this guy in Popeyes, this was not his first rodeo. This was not the first time he'd strayed outside of the law. He was just trying to get money for school clothes. How else is he supposed to get money for food and school clothes? Maybe he needed Christmas presents, so he thought, I'll just rob this guy. No. And if this guy wouldn't have stopped him, if this father who was armed would not have stopped this robber, if he would have just followed the advice of the security and law enforcement experts that say, don't fight back. Just give them what they want. Don't risk violence. If he'd have done that, then this guy would have done that. He would have left, and probably the next day would have robbed someone else and maybe killed them. So go team ×2, and go team San Antonio PD for recognizing that citizens have the right to defend themselves against these scumbag criminals. So in Texas, they understand, and they do in Wyoming too, and other parts of free America, they understand that it's a citizen's responsibility to protect himself and his family, and that when confronted by a thug, a career criminal, a piece of human filth like we have in this case, sometimes the only answer is to shoot them down until they stop trying to do bad things to you, which is what happened. Play silly games, or play stupid games, get stupid prizes, and the deceased decided he was going to play a stupid game. Jared, is there ever a time that the bad guys are eventually going to learn, like, hey, these citizen people, they're carrying guns. We need to go get another line of work.
I hope that day comes.
Well, one of two things are going to happen. They're going to, if we can get enough, you know what they'll do? They just move to areas where the people can't carry guns. Mm-hmm.
That's probably the idea.
So, all right. So the motto of today's Student of the Gun Homeroom, brought to you by Crossbreed Holsters, is be dangerous on demand. Actually carry your gun. Stop talking yourself out of it. Stop telling yourself, well, I'm not really going anywhere where I would need one. Where are you leaving your house? Yes, you need one. Check. Go on from there. All right. Let's thank our friends at Brownells. Brownells, the makers of the Brownells bolt carrier group that is currently in my AR-15 pistol. Yes, Brownells makes their own line of products in addition to selling you all kinds of other products from other people. You want a discount? You want savings? You want to know what's new? Go to brownells.com and find out. Froglube, it's green, it's minty fresh. It's a bio-based firearms lubricant that was developed per request of the United States Department of Defense. It's a veteran-owned company, and in case you need another reason to use it, it's extreme. You get Froglube from Brownells or from them or your favorite lubricant dealer. Century Arms is the sweetest smelling arms maker in the U.S. of A. Yes, Century Arms has the 100% made in the USA AKs, the Canic pistols. They've got import guns, import and surplus guns. They've got ammunition. They have all kinds of things. The best way to find out, go to centuryarms.com. DuraCoat, because life is too short to have an ugly gun, beginning and end of sentence. And if you would like to not have an ugly gun, go to Lauer Weaponry, LAUER, weaponry.com, and check out everything they have to offer, including slightly darker black. Yes, you can get a can of slightly darker black for yourself and a Student of the gun tattoo. Those should be like no-brainers. I mean, I would say. Wouldn't you say that, Zach? I
would absolutely agree.
I see you're nodding in agreement. That everyone should have at least a can of slightly darker black and a Student of the gun tattoo.
And you should use the the slightly darker black to put the Student of the gun tattoo on your gun.
Yes, or anything on your Yeti cup or
on your filing cabinet.
What?
I don't know. Whatever you want to put.
Wherever, man. Wherever. SWAT Fuel. They want you to have a stronger body and a sharper mind. Not sometime in the future, but now. Once you start now. And if you go to SWATfuelstore.com and use the promo code SOTG 2015, then you can not only start be on your journey for a stronger body, sharper mind, but you can save yourself some money too. And that's a good thing.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a complimentary online training course called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. Get instant access by joining the Student Lounge for free at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of these questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
Thank you, Miss Alex, for reminding people what they need to do. Now, this is the last public broadcast of the week. Tomorrow, we're going to have a bonus hour for the grad program people. So I'm going to let you guys know in the public audience that we have some new things coming for you guys, some new products, some new releases, and so on and so forth. And we've decided we're going to do one of those new products before Christmas. Did we not decide that, Jared and Zachary, as a collective?
Yes. I believe we did.
Yes. Okay. So I just wanted to get the boys in on it. But yes, so next week you can be looking for that. So what I want you guys in the public audience to do is make sure that at very least you go to studentofthegun.com, that you're paying attention to our social media. However it is that you allow us to communicate with you, we want to be able to do that. And this is actually a good time. I'm going to talk about Google in a second, but right now I want you guys to understand what it is that we're doing and why we've been doing it. Jared has spent a tremendous amount of time and effort. He put a lot of time and effort into developing what we're calling the Student Lounge. The Student Lounge is an avenue. It is a way. It's not actually a physical place with chairs, but it's a way online with your phone or your tablet or computer that you can go and you can gain access to the material that we have. We can communicate with you. You can communicate with us, and you can also communicate with other like-minded individuals because you can create a profile and all that good stuff, right? Well, the reason that we did that, and when you go there, you might be thinking, well, this is just like a social thing, or this is kind of like a Facebook thing for guns or whatever. Here's the deal. Right now, we do not want to be beholden to a third party to communicate with you. All right? If we communicate with you exclusively via Instagram or exclusively via YouTube or Facebook or whatever, you name it, but that is a third party. And that third party can control when we communicate with you and whether we do or don't, and then arbitrarily just shut us down. We don't want that. We want to be able to communicate with you guys directly, which is why Jared has spent so much time coming up with the new Student of the Gun Lounge so that we can do that. We don't have to worry about a Google or a Facebook or a whatever. We don't have to worry about Tom at MySpace shutting us down. I don't think Tom would do that. But,
I just have one question. Are you tired of Facebook? If you answered yes to that question, then just go join the Student Lounge. It's free to join. If you want to get the grad program stuff, all the bonus hour and tactical tutor and everything, then it's not free for that, but you can join the actual lounge, communicate with LMIs for free.
Yeah. So it's really difficult. You have to go to studentofthegun.com. There's a hyperlink. There's a button that says The Lounge. And you click it, not twice, but once. If you click it one time, it'll take you where you need to go. It'll show you, give you all the directions you need. So that way we don't have to worry that, hey, we can't communicate with you. We can't send you emails. We can't send you, new courses or whatever because YouTube shut us down or Facebook or whatever. And we don't anticipate that. But the fact of the matter is we want to be ahead of the game here. We don't want to be beholden to a third party company with their headquarters in Seattle or California who's just decided, we hate guns and guns are bad and we're not going to let you talk about guns on our channel. We don't want that. So if you guys would go ahead and do that, go over to studentofthegun.com, click the button that says Lounge and get started. All right, so the story I've got here, it's not a long story, but it's something that you need to know about. A lot of people have been yakking about, Google is a private business and they can, or YouTube's a private business and they can do what they want. And if they don't want you on their channel, then you're not on it and yada, yada, yada. And we say, yes, that is true to a certain extent. And I offered this. We were doing a cigar time this weekend, and I asked the audience, I said, hey, how many of you know whether or not Google, which is the parent company, who owns YouTube, is Google getting tax money? Does Google use public utilities to deliver its material, produce or deliver its material? And you're like, well, some people are like, oh, they're a highly successful American company. They don't need your money. I mean, they're au contraire, mon frère. Contraire. And we got a story here from it's mic.com. And that mic is like microphone, MIC.com. From March 13th, 2014, a story by Travis Irvine. And it says, the title is 10 corporations receiving massive public subsidies from the taxpayers. What? Yes. So you get up and go to work every day, and you pay your taxes, and you pay probably more than you think you should be paying. And then you find out that multi-billion-dollar corporations, well, apparently they need your money too. See, you thought that your tax money went to support the military and roads and bridges and stuff. Every time, the conservative right Republican side, every time we, hold up our hand, hold up the stop sign and say, whoa, back off on these new taxes, Jack. Well, the left and the big government people, they're like, don't you like good roads and bridges? And don't you like utilities? And don't you like the Army and the Navy? You selfish person. Because we're always told, well, you need to be a good taxpayer because if you don't, we won't have good roads and we won't have clean water. You hate clean water? Why do you hate clean water? You should be willing to pay more. Until you find out that in addition to paying for the roads and clean water and the Army and the Navy, that Boeing Corporation, you mean the corporation that makes planes? And yeah, Boeing Corporation received $13 billion in taxpayer subsidies. What? That's not right. Then you scroll down in the article and you're like, well, okay, who else? Shell Oil, Dow Chemical, Goldman Sachs, and number 6 on the list, Google. Yeah. Oh, Google. This is in 2014. This is before Comrade Barry left office in 2016. I can only imagine how much money they got between 2014 and 2016 through the Comrade Barry administration. Google received over $632 million in taxpayer-funded subsidies. What? So, for all of you guys out there, all of you naysayers and all of you, hey, YouTube is a private company and Google's a private company and they can censor whoever they want. There's no repercussions because they can do whatever they want. They're a private company. Jared, am I stretching it when I say the moment that you start asking and receiving hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer money that you don't get to hide behind the we're a private company and we do what we want banner anymore? Does that kind of blur the line between, we do what we want? There's no constitutional protections at Google. There's no constitutional protections at YouTube because we do what we want with our money. And you say, well, Paul, in the scheme of things, $630 million, I mean, in the overall Google budget, it's probably not that much. Why do they even need $1? Anyone? Why does Google even need $1 of U.S. taxpayer money?
No idea.
I thought they were a super profitable, best company on planet Earth.
You would think so, wouldn't you? So
why do they got their hand out? Why did they accept over 632? Let's just go ahead and say $500 million, actually more than $500 million in taxpayer money. So the next time someone says to you, next time one of these people say to you, like, you can't say anything about YouTube because they're a privately held company and they do what they want. And there's no, you can't. Okay, really? Say and throw that back in their stupid face, in their stupid left wing face. So, okay. So the first story we talked about today during the Student of the Gun homeroom was a go team moment. Unfortunately, based upon circumstance, we're going to have to travel from the Republic of Texas all the way over to the far right coast of the United States, the Atlantic coast, and the glorious People's Republic of New Jersey.
I like to teach you all the rules. I get to see them set in stone. I like it when you chain me to the bed. But then you see
Yeah, that's our slave state music from Puddle of Mud. It's called Control, and that's what gun control, and that's what being a slave state is all about. Being a slave state is all about controlling your people and treating them like tax slaves. Well, according to thedailycaller.com, we got a story right here from 12/7/2017 by Kerry Pickett. Menendez, that would be Senator Bob Menendez, the scumbag Democrat piece of human filth from the corrupt fiefdom of New Jersey. Menendez throws CCW permit holders into prison for a long time if they enter New Jersey. Oh, okay. Dateline Washington, throw them into prison for 5 years is what New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Menendez wants for any out-of-state concealed carry permit holder who enters his state with a firearm. And what has got old Bobby Menendez, what's got his panties all twisted up in his crack there, and what's got him all jacked up? Oh, it's the HR 38, the National Concealed Carry Reciprocity. See, Menendez says he don't care what they vote, and he don't care what the law is. In the People's Republic of New Jersey, people are slaves, they are tax slaves, and they shall not be allowed without permission from the state. Except that when you get never mind. People who violate our law, we're a state that has decided we are against concealed carry weapons. You guys hearing that over there? We have stronger gun laws, which is why New Jersey is so safe. What? It's not? We believe we have made the state safer as that, Menendez said. Really? Is that what you believe, Bobby? Bobby, do you really believe that New Jersey is safer? Safer is kind of an objective term, is it not, Jared? It's kind of like, well, it's safer to live here than in Fallujah. No, that's not true. It's safer to live here than in Chicago. Oh, well, okay. All right. So, it's safer to live here than in, like, I don't know, a toxic waste dump? Well, that's right. New Jersey is a toxic waste dump. I don't know. I'm running out of things here. They violate our laws, then whatever is the law, and they are found guilty of it, they should pay the consequence. When pressed about travelers with concealed carry permits who may be detoured into his state by accident, this is another thing where people get on an airplane, you check your gun, you put it in your checked bag, and you get on an airplane, and you think you're flying from point A to point B, but the plane gets up in the air, and they're like, oh, we have to reroute due to weather, and we're going to land in New Jersey or New York. And you get there, and they take your bags off the plane, and, of course, your bags are marked, and you are marked. When you declare a gun, they mark you as a gun person, and they mark your bag as a gun bag. And you say, no, they don't do that anymore, Paul. They don't put the sticker on the outside. No, they don't put it on the outside, but they mark you. Trust me. And people have gotten arrested and charged for coming into New York and New Jersey with guns on planes, even though that wasn't their intent. And what did Bob say about that? He said, detoured into a state even by accident. He replied, they know what our state's law is. They should know what our state law is. And if they want to carry a concealed, or even if they, what does he say? They should know what our state law is if they want to carry a concealed weapon. I don't think they just simply get detoured, and they should think in advance when they're traveling. Okay. Bob continued, I find it amazing that Republicans who believe in states' rights, here we go again, all of a sudden have a problem with observing a state's right of those states who think stronger gun laws are the way to protect citizens. Yeah, it's hilarious. Do you find it hilarious that all of the sudden scumbag liberal Democrats like Bob Menendez have just discovered the 10th Amendment and they've just discovered the term states' rights? It's like, hey, Bob, did you vote for Obamacare? Did you vote for the ACA? Let's find out. Jared, let's find out. I'm going to do that right now. Talk to the kids in the audience. Someone talk to the kids. Entertain them.
Hello there. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing okay.
What's your name?
My name is Zach. Haven't I been introduced this episode?
I don't know. Have you?
I'm pretty sure I've said a couple of things. Well, so how are you guys doing today? Good. I got a package earlier when I went over to the post office to drop off some of your guys' stuff, I think. I don't remember what I did today. I took some stuff over there. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just kind of vamping.
Is Jared there or did he leave?
He's gone.
Oh, okay. Here we go. How each senator, okay. Remember when they were trying to repeal the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, which is a lie. It actually caused it to go up. And it went to they wanted to fix the screwed up situation that is Obamacare, that is the ACA, that's caused pretty much everyone who wanted to keep private health insurance, it's caused their health insurance to, in some cases, double or even triple. I can tell you that that's a fact. Jared, are you there? Remember,
I am back. Yes.
Yeah. Did you share? We talked about Obamacare, and we're talking about, Bob Menendez all of a sudden is a supporter and a proponent of states' rights and the ability of a state to decide whether or not they can make their own laws. Like, you mean healthcare laws, Bob? Oh, no, not healthcare laws. Healthcare has to be universal. Yeah, but Bob, you just said states have the right to determine what's best for their own citizens. That doesn't count if it's Obamacare. Yeah, this phallus with ears, Bob Menendez. Back on September 22nd, Menendez says he would leave his trial in New Jersey to vote against the Obamacare repeal in D.C. See, Bob Menendez strongly believes in states' rights and the right of the state to self-determination and unless it comes to the ACA, where the federal government mandates to the people of every state that they have to buy health care. Well, in that case, Bob Menendez is 100%. He's down with it. Bob Menendez, you're a scumbag. And you're like, some of you guys said, did he say he would leave his trial to go back to the Senate to vote against it? What trial was that? Oh, the corruption trial that Bobby Menendez has been involved in for all year long. Yeah, Senator Bob Menendez trial by the numbers, according to CNN from October of 2017. Democratic senator from the People's Republic of New Jersey was accused of accepting lavish travel and hotel stays from his friend Dr. Solomon Melgen through various official acts as a senator. Prosecutors say Menendez violated federal bribery laws by advocating for the doctor during ongoing disputes with the federal government while he was getting hotel stays and flights and perks from his friend. Yes. Well, I don't mean to break your hearts, guys, but the Menendez trial ended in a hung jury. So this slimy scumbag from New Jersey was able to weasel out of the responsibility for his behavior and actions. But he wants you, those of you who went through the whole process, how many people in my audience have like legit firearms passports, right? You legitimately went down, got a plastic card with your picture on it. How hard is it to do that? Do they just give them away in cereal boxes?
No.
No. I know you guys are out there and you're like, hell no, it's not. You got to give them, you have to take the photos, and you have to, in most states where I've gone, they give you the form. Jared, when you did your new one for the state of Utah, did you have to have the form notarized?
See, what I did is I actually didn't get one in the state of Utah. I sent in an application for an out-of-state permit with another state that has more reciprocity than my state. So I can't speak for Utah. But
it's good in your state.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Now, in Utah, do you have to do the notarized form?
I'm not sure, but I know that you have to take a class to get one in Utah.
And in Mississippi, when you got yours, they gave you this big form. You had it had to be notarized, and they don't notarize it there. There's no notary there. You need to go away and find a notary to witness your signature. And then in addition to that, you need to bring them a check. You need to bring them money and 2 passport photos. And even though they're going to put your driver's license photo onto it, which is just, I don't understand. Then you got to be fingerprinted. Oh, that's right. Yes, the state takes your fingerprints, sends them off to the FBI. So Bob Menendez thinks that people who have gone to a law enforcement agency, filled out the forms, submitted to a background check, submitted their fingerprints to the FBI to find out if they're criminals or not, taken training, paid money, submitted their photographs. After all that, Bob Menendez thinks you're a criminal and you should be thrown into prison for 5 years. Throw him into prison for 5 years, said New Jersey scumbag Democrat Bob Menendez, also known as a phallus with ears.
Well, and we could take his route. You posted something the other day that I hadn't actually thought about, and I think that it's worth bringing up here on the radio, is that let's go down his route and say that states' rights, whatever, blah, 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 and states' rights are guaranteed by the 10th Amendment, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you posted the 10th Amendment the other day. It says there's a little part at the end that a lot of people forget about, and I completely forgot about this, but it says the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. And so, or to the people, I believe that you would refer to the Bill of Rights to find the rights of the people, correct?
Yes. The right to concealed carry is not a federal right. It's not a state right. It's an individual right.
Right. And
so if you want to play the 10th Amendment game, Bob, then all of your gun control in your state is de facto illegal because you're violating the individual right of the tax slaves who live within your borders. But Bob, what do you think? What do you think Bob thinks about the Gun Control Act, the NFA, the National Firearms Act 1934? Do you think Bob is for that? Do you think he supports the ATF? I mean, sorry, the BATFE, MOUSE. Do you think Bob supports that? Do you think Bob supports the 1968 Gun Control Act? I bet you if you ask Bob if he supported the 1934. Bob, do you think people should be able to buy machine guns in hardware stores? Hell no, they shouldn't. But Bob, that's a federal law. That's where the federal government stepped in and decided that that law was going to cover all 50 states. So they negated the ability of the individual states to determine whether or not they wanted their, citizens to be able to buy Thompsons in hardware stores. What about the 1968, where now you have the FFLs and you have the 4473s? You can't, according to federal law, Bob, you can't in Texas buy a gun from a Texas gun store, and even if that gun was made in Texas. So if you're in Texas, a corporation in Texas manufactures a gun store in Texas buys the gun from the corporation, puts it on the shelf, sells it to a Texas citizen, you still have to fill out a federal, that's U.S. federal government, 4473 form. And they have to get on the phone and call a bureaucrat and ask the bureaucrat for permission. Bob, how does that support states' rights? Hang on. I don't hear you. Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing to me that these, you know what, it's insulting because these people think that we're idiots. Their voting base must legitimately be moronic. Well, I mean, obviously, because how does a scumbag Democrat like Bob Menendez keep getting reelected over and over again? Because the people who elect him are ignorant tax slaves. Because he promises them free stuff. He promises to make things fair and free, and they're like, oh, he's a good Democrat. He cares about the little guy. I mean, he cares about me and my plight, so I'll vote for him. Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And you know what, people of New Jersey, you've made your bed. You can sleep in it. But Bob Menendez going out talking about how if any out-of-state people with a concealed carry come in our state, we're throwing them in prison for 5 years. Ah! You can go fornicate yourself, Bob. And don't try and hide behind the 10th Amendment. Okay, Bob? You don't get to hide behind the 10th Amendment when you never met a federal law that you didn't approve of until Donald Trump became the president of the United States. He thinks that the federal government can mandate to every citizen of every state that they have to buy health care and what they have to buy and how they have to buy it. He didn't have a problem with that. And you know what's sick to me, Jared, is these sycophant puke bag people who call themselves reporters. They have this scumbag Menendez right in front of them, and he starts spouting off about 10th Amendment stuff. Not one of these people says, hey, but didn't you vote for Obamacare? Isn't that a violation of states' rights? Isn't that a violation of the Constitution and the 10th Amendment?
Well, yeah, but that's because the reporters support Obamacare and support what the agenda.
Yeah. How is it that I can call that out like that, and these professional journalists can't seem to get over that hurdle? Yeah, that's right, Bob. Throw them in jail. Guns are bad. Only police should have guns and no one else. Gun control is good. New Jersey is safe. I want one person who lives within the toxic waste dump that is New Jersey to write me and tell me how safe it is up there. Go. What's safer than living in Chernobyl? I don't know. I think Chernobyl might be safer today. But safer than living in Chicago? Okay, I'll give you that one. It's actually safer to live in Fallujah than it is to live in Chicago right now. Or at least Fallujah when we were in charge of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought that you'd like to know. So the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Stay out of the toxic waste dump that is the state of New Jersey. And the crooked Senator Bob Menendez from New Jersey can venture forth and fornicate himself. Remember, kids, you're a beginner once, a student for life.
We appreciate your reviews. If you haven't left a review or updated yours recently, head on over to Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast player to voice your opinion. Don't forget to join us at the Student Lounge, a place for like-minded individuals to learn, connect, and support each other. No chicanery will be tolerated. Remember to check studentofthegun.com daily for new, free content and giveaways. Watch, listen, read, shop, and connect at studentofthegun.com. Are you a social butterfly? Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for new content each and every day at Student of the Gun. Watch Student of the Gun TV and videos from our trusted partners on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, and even AirPlay. Go to studentofthegun.com for direct links, and remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.